The Measure of Justice, the story of a judge and a white man. In a small, quiet town in the late 1960s, where societal prejudices ran deep, Judge Thomas Carter was known for his unwavering principles and fair judgments. He was a man who believed justice should be blind to color, class, or creed. However, his beliefs were put to the ultimate test when a peculiar case landed in his courtroom. The case involved John Wallace, a wealthy white businessman accused of assaulting a young black boy named Elijah. The incident had stirred the town into two factions, those who believed Wallace was guilty and those who claimed he could never commit such a crime. The courtroom was packed on the day the trial began, with tension thick in the air. Elijah, barely 14, recounted his story with trembling hands. He described how Wallace had cornered him near the general store, accusing him of stealing and attacking him when he denied it. His bruises and fear were evidence enough for some, but not for everyone. Wallace, in his defense, painted a different picture. He claimed Elijah had been trying to break into his car, and in an attempt to stop him, he had accidentally hurt the boy. Wallace's lawyer leaned heavily on his client's standing in the community, emphasizing his donations to local charities and his spotless reputation. Judge Carter listened carefully, his face an unreadable mask. As the days went by, witnesses came forward, some supporting Elijah's claims and others backing Wallace. But the turning point came when a shopkeeper revealed a hidden ledger. It showed Wallace had a history of targeting black individuals under the guise of protecting his property, although none of the prior incidents had escalated to this level. After days of deliberation, Judge Carter delivered his verdict. He declared Wallace guilty of assault, stating, "Justice cannot be swayed by wealth, power, or prejudice. It must be rooted in truth and fairness." The courtroom erupted, some in outrage, others in relief. That evening, Judge Carter sat alone in his chambers, reflecting on the day. He knew his decision would make him both enemies and allies, but he was at peace. Justice, after all, was not a measure of a man's status but of his actions. The case became a turning point for the town. While it didn't erase prejudice overnight, it sowed the seeds of change. Judge Carter's verdict stood as a reminder that justice, when truly blind, could hold even the most powerful accountable.